Welcome to Sacred Sound of Silence, a space for deep spiritual insights, tarot guidance, and higher consciousness wisdom. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you powerful 5D channeling, which carries profound messages related to karmic cycles, timeline shifts, ancestral guidance, and many more such profound messages. To make things simpler for you, I have divided these messages into two piles, pile number 1 and pile number 2. You can choose the pile whichever you're drawn towards the most intuitively and go down to the description box and select the pile as per the timestamps given below. So without further ado, let's deep dive into your pile selection. So let's get down to your pile selection. We have pile number 1 and pile number 2. For pile number 1, we have the card Round and Round, which is depicted by the number 25, which comes down to number 7. So you can take a close look at pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have the card Between Worlds, which is depicted by the number 3. So you can take a close look at pile number 2. So you can decide between these two cards, whichever card you're most drawn towards intuitively would be the pile for you. But in case you're drawn towards both the piles, then maybe you have messages in both the piles for you. Also, the timestamps are given in the description box below. So you can just go down quickly to the timestamps and choose the pile that you are drawn towards. So without further ado, let's just deep dive into your reading. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the card Round and Round, which is depicted by the number 25, which comes down to number 7, which is like an intuitive number as well, because it relates to the planet Ketu, which is the south node of the moon. So before I get into your reading by pulling out tarot and oracle cards, I thought let me just explain to you what are the intuitive messages that I channeled related to this card, which says Round and Round. So somewhere I felt that currently you are breaking this, some kind of a karmic pattern or a cycle at the moment. And this specifically kind of tells me that there has been some kind of a suppression of your spiritual gifts. And this possibly relates to a past life of yours. Some kind of a theme of persecution for, for being a mystical healer, somebody who is magical, someone who stands out of the crowd, the kind of burnt at the stake kind of a situation. Also, I get this feeling that currently you're going through some kind of a transformation and purification, which means that even though spiritual knowledge may face some kind of a resistance, it ultimately cannot be destroyed. It only evolves. And there is also this kind of a message that is coming across, which suggests some kind of a karmic cycle resurfacing, perhaps a soul contract where you're clearing your past injustice or breaking free from some kind of victim consciousness. And there seems to be some kind of ancestral wisdom also coming through and protection. Especially, I feel it comes from your maternal side currently. So, like, also, I'm getting this message where there's this short period of transition, like a period of, necessary soul purification before you step into a higher frequency. So we'll get into the details of these messages. I'll pull out some tarot cards. Let me know if any of this resonates with you, with your current situation. We have the Strength card, Four of Pentacles, the Lovers card. Okay, we had 2 cards coming out. 7 of Wands. Now we have 3 major arcanas. The Magician. So the 3 major arcanas are the Strength, the Lovers, and the Magician. Five of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. And 7 of Cups. So we have so many 7s that are coming up. First of all, your card says number 7. Then we have the 7 of Cups. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the 7 of Pentacles. There's a lot of number 7 in this reading. So what I'm getting right off the bat is that you have been showing a lot of strength and perseverance since the past few months, probably, or also for some of you could be since a year, because you've been going through some kind of or transformation or there's some kind of a pattern, some kind of a karmic cycle, and you've been breaking one by one each karmic pattern as it comes up. Also, what I can see is that, what I can sense is that there have been quite a few people around you who may be kind of trying to control you, or there could be narcissistic people also around you. So these are your lessons, you are learning these lessons as you're breaking each and every pattern. So you have these people around you, these kind of energies around you, which are trying to control you. And because of which you've been feeling, you've been sensing there's no harmony, in your life. The sense of, like there's no peace currently. Because what you're doing is, let me just take this out. So what you're doing is, you are constantly defending yourself, defending your honor, and the kind of strength and conviction that you're showing at trying to break these patterns, it's kind of commendable the way you're trying, because you are working really hard, you're being persistent, you are it may show that you are being defensive. So it may feel like you don't have an option but to defend yourself against people who probably must be controlling you. So those are the kind of energies around you, and these are specifically related to some kind of karmic cycles that you're trying to break currently. So what I'm getting is that right now you do not need to worry, because you are basically in that, very soon you're coming into that stage where um, you are in that mode of manifesting whatever you want, because you have the resources at your disposal. You also have that willpower to move ahead and get out of these patterns that are, that you are constantly going through. What else is also coming to me is that what else is also coming is that the ones that, so that waiting period which I mentioned, where looks like there's this waiting period of 2 to 3 months wherein you need to go this through this kind of transformation, wherein then you will shift to a higher frequency. So once this whole transformation happens, the ones who were trying to control you will be left disappointed, because they will look at the change in you, the kind of change, the kind of hard work that you've put in, and the change in your personality. They are going to be disappointed, because you won't be again, playing at their tunes, or they at their whims and fancies. You're going to have your mind of your own. You're going to have the mind of your own. So at the same time, there is also an alignment in your energies, because the number 7 has come multiple times in this reading. It clearly shows, along with the Lovers card, which also kind of says there's an alignment that is coming through for you. So we can say all the 7 aspects of your soul, or you may call it 7 chakras as well, are all being aligned as a result because of the kind of work that you're doing on yourself. Along with that, it's not only, just one or two or a few karmic patterns that you're breaking. You are breaking multiple karmic patterns since the past few months, or maybe a couple of years also. For some of you, there have been multiple karmic patterns you've been breaking one by one. This card is clearly stating that there have been many such, and at the same time you've been very patient. You've absolutely not lost your faith as well in the process. You've been patient as well, waiting for the right time when when you will finally move across to a new way of life. So this definitely is coming through, and what is definitely showing is that you are in a position to manifest the life of your dreams. That is definitely coming through. But at the moment, what you're going through, based on the kind of messages that have come in, you're going through this some kind of a karmic pattern or a cycle wherein you're breaking it, because from a very deep healing perspective, what is kind of showing is that probably in your past lives you may have been like a spiritual seeker or a healer, or like probably like you have they used to call them witches, but I'm sure you worked with magic in your previous lives. That's why we have the magician card as well, and you showed that kind of strength in spite of being a magical person, like a unicorn in your previous lives. You were not appreciated for the kind of talent that you had, the kind of gifts, spiritual gifts that you had. And because of that, you kind of started suppressing your power, your spiritual gifts. And to some extent, I'm also getting this kind of feeling where you kind of dim your light to be able to accommodate others. In front of others, you kind of dim your light. That is also happening in your current life right now because of these past life occurrences. It is also possible for some of you in this life itself. You probably have kind of come across people who may have criticized you for the way you are in terms of the kind of gifts you have. So that could also be a possibility. So the messages that are clearly coming through are that you need to break this cycle. You cannot dim your light just to accommodate others, or just to please others. You need to show your spiritual gifts. This is the time to show your spiritual gifts and your magical powers, because they are within you. For some of you, they may be dormant, and you have to kind of work on them and make them active eventually. So that is the message that is coming through. And also, if you've been facing resistance, uh, like you may face resistance from others in terms of the kind of gifts that you have. Please be rest assured that it cannot be destroyed. This knowledge cannot be destroyed. You carry it uh, down your lineage from your ancestors. So you need to understand this knowledge is there within you. It just needs to be further enhanced as you practice it and study it, and also, yes, definitely practice this knowledge. And I definitely, like I said in the beginning, I'm getting this intuitive feeling that there is some kind of currently for what you're going through, there is some kind of guidance and some kind of protection that comes in from your maternal side, from the ancestors. So at the same time, you're also clearing out some kind of blockages that come down your ancestral lineage. So currently you may be possibly clearing out your maternal lineage, the blockages that run down your maternal lineage. We'll see what are the other messages. That I'll pull out 2 cards from here. And I'll pull out two cards from the monology deck as well. So the first card says, wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So this probably is trying to tell us that, yes, for some of you, probably the waiting period is 2-3 months, but maybe for the others, you need to wait for winter. Maybe up till winter, you will notice, say if you're in the northern hemisphere, then obviously this would be around November, December, that you will see this shift in your, your frequency. So that, and if you're in the southern hemisphere, then probably you just need to wait for winter, which is like 2-3 months down the line. So this is definitely very apt for the kind of messages that are coming in for you. The other message that came in is go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. So this is some kind of guidance that is coming in for you, wherein you're being told to connect with nature, maybe connect with animals, birds, the nature spirits, because probably you have some latent powers within you which could be connected to nature, which could be connected to the nature spirits. The fairies are also considered as the higher beings which are related mostly to nature. So you are being asked, you're being guided to connect with nature for the same thing. So possibly your, your magical powers could be lying dormant because of that. And once you kind of connect with nature, they will all become active. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So this is telling you that what you're going through, what you're fighting for over here, as per the Seven of Wands, you are winning. You are the one who's winning. And the others who probably are, giving you some kind of trouble are definitely not winning. They are losing. So this is the outcome which is coming. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. So have faith in your dreams. If there are some kind of dreams that you're getting which are highly intuitive, then note them down. Maybe you're being guided to journal your dreams. You may be receiving powerful messages in your dreams. So do not forget to note down your dreams. And since we had ancestors coming up in your messages, I am just pulling out a couple of messages from your ancestors. You are never alone. So they are clearly telling you they are around you, they are guiding you, they are protecting you. The other message that is coming across, I watch over you every day. So what more can we say? You have your ancestors around you every single day, and they are watching over you, whether you're in the day or in the night. I mean, every single day. They are watching you over you 24/7. So that's the powerful message coming from your ancestors. And with that, I will close my reading here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And thank you for watching this Sacred Sound of Silence. If you found this insight valuable, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such 5D channeled messages and spiritual insights and the tarot readings. And until next time, stay aligned, stay aware, and keep trusting the journey. Hi, pile number 2. So you chose the card Between Worlds, which is depicted by the number 3. So, which is clearly trying to tell us that currently you are in some kind of a transition phase, wherein you are shifting from, say, one kind of a timeline to, or a newer, a higher version of the timeline. So, it also, the kind of messages that I'm getting is that you are currently also working on your sacral chakra and your throat chakra. There is some kind of clearing happening between these two chakras, which also suggests a merging of your creative energy and your higher wisdom. So which also represents activation of a new higher dimensional timeline which you are stepping into currently. So there seems to be like currently you are in a free will driven kind of a path where choices are consciously made, and now you are transitioning over to a kind of a divinely guided or fated timeline is what I'm getting from this card. Now what else is coming through? So there's this like the timeline that you're shifting to is very structured, which kind of suggests that now you are being guided, you will be guided by your higher soul on this new path that you're shifting into. And what it says is that you are currently, you have just crossed over, so you are kind of in the waiting phase where you are you have not completely shifted to the new timeline, but you are somewhere in between, which is neither here nor there. So you're in that waiting period, wherein from there you will then eventually shift to the new timeline, the new higher dimensional timeline. And also in this process, your higher self is trying to guide you to this new path. But also what I see is that what I can sense is that there could be kind of fear-based programming. There could be some kind of fears within you, or there could also be some kind of negative energies or external distractions which could try preventing you from shifting to this new timeline. So you need to be aware of such energies or such distractions or any kind of fear as well. So we'll quickly pull out some tarot cards and oracle cards, and we'll understand what is this shift you're getting into, and we'll get more messages regarding this shift. So I have the Two of Pentacles, the Star card, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Devil, King of Swords, and the Temperance card. So I'll just cover this Devil card and the Star card. So yeah, we'll get into your reading. So right off the bat, what I'm getting is like we mentioned earlier, you are in this some kind of a transition phase where you're trying to find balance in your life because there's so much happening in your life right now. And there is some kind of, there's so many things happening within your life that at the same time you are also feeling that there's kind of conflicts also happening because the number of things happening, the way that you're so busy at the moment, you're also getting into conflict kind of situations with others around you. And yes, you are kind of transitioning and healing and getting into this new phase. But like it suggests, like we have the Star card where you're moving on to, but you do have the Devil energy, which is trying to tell you that there could be some kind of distractions which might kind of stop you from moving on to the new phase. And what you're moving on to is also wherein you are trying to learn now as like as if like you're a student where you're kind of moving from where you've been promoted from say one grade to the next grade. So that is the kind of energy that I'm getting. So you are kind of transitioning from, you're leveling up. So, and of course, we all are students on this earth plane. So we are leveling up as we go further, as we learn our lessons and move on to the new ones. So this is clearly stating that, like a student, you're leveling up from one grade to the next one, which is happening at a very fast momentum. There is like a rapid change which is coming through within your life. And the other thing that is coming in with the King of Swords, which is clearly trying to tell us that you are going through this, this clearing of your throat chakra, because at the moment you need to kind of work on your throat chakra, speak your truth, be authentic, say what is right. At the same time, do not judge anyone around you, because this is your journey. Everybody has their own unique journeys, and you are on your path, moving to, ascending to the next level. So you're being clearly told to be your authentic self, and at the same time you're being guided to go on to this balanced state. So as it is, what you're moving on to is a more balanced kind of a phase of your life, but this is going to happen gradually, because right now you are in that waiting phase where you are waiting for, say, probably you're working on certain aspects of yourself which need to be cleared, gotten rid of, until you level up to the next timeline. So for that, you need to also balance out your energies. You need to balance your throat chakra and your sacral. So the throat and sacral are kind of connected. So when you balance your throat and sacral, so it is generally said like the root chakra and the third eye are connected. So you need to balance those two. Then comes the sacral and the throat chakra, which needs to be balanced, and then comes your solar plexus and your heart, which needs to be balanced. So here it's clearly we are getting the message here from your guides that you need to balance your throat and your sacral chakra. In terms of sacral chakra clearing, also with the devil card, what I'm trying to get, what I'm getting is that there are some kind of distractions or some kind of habits which may not be conducive to your moving, shifting to a new timeline. So you may have to get rid of them. There also may be, some kind of, like I said earlier, could be some kind of conflicts you may be getting into because of the kind of busy energy that, you are. So that earlier, this, the consciously driven kind of a path that you were on to was very competitive, because you were moving consciously. You were using your conscious mind. You were kind of in this a fast paced kind of a life, which was very busy for you. And there was a lot of competition there on that path. And somewhere down the line, you've kind of got really tired of this whole, this whole sense of what's happening around you. And now you have consciously now decided to move on to a more structured and a more divinely guided kind of a life. And that is where now you are in the waiting phase, and you will move on to it. So let's pull out some other cards, oracles. Like, let's see what the fairies have got to say for you. We'll pull out two cards from the fairies deck. We'll pull out two from the moonology deck. So the first message, lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy, sometimes she can help us find things we never realized were lost. So somewhere, in that busy mode of life that you were in, which is depicted by the Two of Pentacles, I'm kind of getting this message that you kind of lost yourself. You weren't even aware that you lost yourself in that whole competition that you were in, that fast paced life that you were in. And now finally you are kind of finding yourself again. Eventually you're finding yourself again. So that is what this card is trying to tell you. The next message is magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. What more can you ask for? This message is so absolutely true for your pile. You have the magical gateway, it is open, you are in that waiting phase, and you have to move forward. And how will you move forward? You have to be aware of certain distractions there may be around you, or fears, fear-based kind of programming around you, or any kind of negative energies. You need to protect yourself, and you need to also let go of some limiting belief systems within you, and also let go of certain habits that may not be conducive to you to move on to the next. So you need to move through this magical gateway. It is open for you. The next card that's come up is show the world the real you. So yes, show the world who you are, the authentic side of you. Like it was mentioned earlier, you need to clear your throat chakra, show your authentic side. Be authentic when you communicate. Whatever you would want to communicate, be authentic. It's time to release negativity. Another card which is clearly stating that you need to release any kind of negativity that is within you to be able to shift completely into the new higher dimensional timeline. So that's your last card. So with that, I'll close my reading here. If this message resonates with you, just let me know in the comments. If if any of it resonated, if both the piles, if you've gone through and they resonated with you, just leave comments down below for me. Thank you for watching Sacred Sound of Silence. If you found this insight valuable, just don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such 5D channeled messages, spiritual insights, and tarot guidance. Until next time, stay aligned, stay aware, and keep trusting the journey.